What's going on, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Energy God Studios live in London for the official review of the OLAMIDE Bado concert at the OVO, Wembley, London. Listen, if you're living under a rock, I'm sure you would have seen videos by now that OLAMIDE Bado, the GOAT, shut down OVO Arena. You know, it was a sold out venue. The concert was absolutely rocking from head to toe with surprise guests. First of all, on that day, as I had gotten to the venue a little bit early, before the doors were open, I heard OLAMIDE on the stage. And when I was hearing him on the stage, he was doing a sound check. It was almost like rehearsals. I walked there. I could see in his face that his game face was on. OLAMIDE, from sound check, you could tell that this show was not going to be anything that anybody was going to play with. The Sage production, big shout outs to Abby, Tunde Phoenix. They absolutely, completely shut down that production. It was nothing short of excellence. When he finished his sound check, he came down, said hello to everybody, and he walked into his dressing room to go and get into the Zen mode. Now, whilst I was walking around the dressing rooms, I see names of surprise guests. And I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna say nothing. We ain't recording nothing. We're not showing nothing. Let people just come out here and have a good time. When the doors opened and people came in, because it had already been said that OLAMIDE was going to go on stage very, very early. Shout outs to our Nigerian ticket buyers as well. Everybody showed up early. Now, the good thing about OLAMIDE's show is because he hadn't been here for so long, a lot of his fans from time and the new fans, everybody was excited to come and listen to a variety from his catalog. This brother's got catalog that goes back 15 years plus. In your Mayweather, etc. So I had people ranging from 60-year-old women who came by themselves to 18-year-old girls who came with their friends. Fantastic. So when people came in, of course, myself, the DJs, T Gabsy, DJ Pablo, Any Money, was rocking the stage with Poco Lee, with Jerry Shaffer. The crowd was already in the mood. Like, you could tell everybody was excited. This party needed to start immediately. When it was time. And we came out to say, it is about time. Let them put their lights off. The hair on my body stood up, man. Because the energy in that room, I know people were watching on YouTube and stuff, but I got to say, if you're in the country, you can't watch it on YouTube because you cannot feel the energy in the room. The next time a concert is coming to your city or your country, make sure you show up. For anybody outside of the country, yes, please log in. I'm sure you had a good time. But for us in that room, it was a spiritual moment. When OLAMIDE came out with that classic car, everybody talks about the Jay-Z vibe. OLAMIDE is just in his soul, he's just a rapper and he loves that energy that the rap swag gives him. His 2-piece, 3-piece suit came out with that car. That place went bananas. And during the interview, when I interviewed him a couple of months ago, and he had already indicated the kind of energy he was going to bring, we were talking about him coming on stage. And in the comments, it was obvious he was only going to be able to come out to ladies snack and gentlemen snack. Ah! La 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 snack. Bang, 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 bang. Baba. You saw it. I don't need to tell you nothing, man. His band, he had his dancers, shout out to Ikenna. Everybody was swagged out. The outfit changes. His band was on point. The quality of his performance. I'm sorry to anybody that probably was in Canada or probably was in Dominican Republic. I know you saw the GOAT on stage. But the OLAMIDE we saw in London, that's the OLAMIDE of 2013, boy. He came with the energy. when he was dropping the rap records, going crazy. He was dropping the Afrobeats records, going crazy. He got to a point, he was like, "Ṣé èmi ló ń sọ pé mi ní fans mọ́? Motherfucker ni wọ́n." One of the reasons why I'm excited that this show went out like this and this performance was this fantastic was because last week when Olamide spoke about Wizkid and people went crazy in the comments, people always forget that these guys have personal relationships and their views are their views. I saw Olamide almost explaining in the comments, and I'm like, these Gen Z's Twitter trolls and Instagram trolls would make Olamide explain his words? Is it because you don't know who he is? That's what myself and Dotun, Energy God, shout out to Energy God in Lagos, that's what we're saying. And fast forward to the concert, now you know who Olamide is. Yeah, I know we talk about the big three, the big four, whatever. Now it's just big Olamide. And he has done what no rapper from Africa has ever dreamt of doing. Headlining at the OVO Arena. This is a rapper that stuck solely to his core. Rapping in Yoruba. Throwing that Yoruba Fuji sauce. When he got into the Tugba, it was if it all that me in Lubio, Naija, Bele, Lubio, Naija, Ajoji. When he said those things, I had goosebumps. Ajoji, Odabile, Naija, Ile, Koko, Madele, bro. And then the surprise guest, Joe Boy, Lil J, Feels. For some reason, all the ladies was feeling Feels. Even my family members were saying, yo, Feels. Maybe it was because you just that tall guy with the instrument came out with the swag. But when Lil Kesh came out, oh yeah, shocky. Baba, it felt like Lil Kesh just released the music yesterday, boy. Everyone, ba mi loke o, e dariji mi ke, e won mo eleyi bi kata bi lai ma fe. Mo de ti efe joku dio, ever. Crazy. And of course, nobody expected the dragon Asake to show up. Because of the rumors, social media, everybody felt that the relationship wasn't strong. And Asake picked the right moment to go and show love to his OG. The man who gave him the position that is in today. That place went crazy, boy. When Asake came out, oh my God. Shehi vibes, oh my God. Fire, boy. Listen, if you missed Olamide's show, the one part that hurt me was when Olamide was performing Father, Father. And everybody in the room was going, Father, Father. Eh? I was just like, Fino, where are you? Fino is again. Why? But listen, I understand he missed the flight, tried to make it happen. My brother wanted to show up. But anybody that missed this show, now I can tell you 100% that Olamide, whenever he's ready, is capable of filling out the O2 Arena. You know why? Because everybody that missed this show is definitely going to show up for the next show. Nobody in this building has one negative thing to say. From the production to the timing, Olamide stepped on stage at 8:55. He was on stage for more than 2 hours. And then there was a moment where I filmed where Daco was performing and Olamide went to sit down. It is so quintessentially Olamide, where he would rather other people having the shine while he's just sitting in the background, just enjoying, just taking a moment. And he was having a little photo shoot. He was just relaxing in the background. It was just fantastic. Everything about that show was perfect. The timing, the production, the sound, the performance, the special guests, the audience, the reactions, the choreography, the music selection. Baba, you deserve all the flowers, man. And I'm so happy that this newcomers to Afrobeats in the last 7 years, they really see why we call you Olamide the GOAT and why we celebrated you in the UK all this while. This was the crowning moment of all of the work you've done, whether it's with Smade doing all these shows for you or with Tunde Phoenix and Abid, this is a crowning moment that only you deserves, because now you sat in your own position where nobody else has sat before, and you deserve that. Olamide Bado was an absolute blast. And if you missed out.